Who truly shapes cities? People, or the water they learn to follow? Some places seem to glow with history, as if time itself lingers in their streets and reflections. Tonight, we follow a mirror made of water, tracing the quiet currents that guided trade, culture, and ambition. This is the story of canals and the cities they built. For thousands of years, canals carried more than goods. They carried power, culture, and human dreams. From deserts to fertile deltas, these waterways quietly rewrote the course of civilization, shaping how societies grew and connected. And nowhere is that story clearer than here. Canals are humanity's quiet revolutions, subtle feats of engineering that control water, and therefore life itself. Cities rose where water could be guided and shaped to human will, allowing trade, culture, and power to take root. And as water flowed through these channels, history flowed alongside it. In Mesopotamia, canals nourished the world's first cities, while in Egypt they moved in harmony with the steady rhythm of the Nile. These carefully guided channels made farming predictable and power permanent, turning water into a tool of stability and control. In doing so, civilization learned to think in water. As Europe adopted canals for trade and defense, waterways began to outpace armies, carrying goods faster than any force on land. Cities gradually transformed from fortified strongholds into thriving marketplaces, open to exchange rather than conflict. In this shift, water reshaped urban ambition. Venice turned canals into streets, where boats replaced horses and movement flowed with the tide. Commerce drifted effortlessly through the city, connecting markets, cultures, and continents. The world took notice. Bruges mirrored Venice's success, as merchants followed water like a promise toward opportunity. Art, wealth, and culture arrived by boat, flowing through the city's canals with each tide. In time, these waterways became Bruges' economic lifelines. The Netherlands faced a challenge greater than trade. Water itself threatened to erase the land. Rather than resist it, the Dutch chose a radical path, reshaping their future through design and ingenuity. They built cities with water, not against it. Canals became tools of survival, serving drainage, defense, and transport all at once. Water was no longer chaos to be feared or fought. It was measured, guided, and shaped. It became architecture. Amsterdam rose where a river met ambition. As engineers carved water into deliberate order, the city expanded outward in elegant rings of canals, each carefully planned and measured. In this design, geometry replaced randomness. By the 17th century, Amsterdam's canal belt was complete. More than 100 kilometers of carefully engineered waterways. Homes, trade, and travel intertwined seamlessly along their edges, shaping daily life and commerce. Together, they formed a masterpiece of urban design. Today, Amsterdam's Canal District is protected as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, not for beauty alone, but for its revolutionary design. Here, water became the city's skeleton, shaping its form, movement, and identity. Roads line the canals on both sides, while movement unfolds both above and within the water itself. Amsterdam breathes in layers: pedestrians, cyclists, boats, all sharing the same rhythm. Few cities move like this. As cargo ships faded into memory, leisure boats quietly took their place. The canals reinvented themselves, shifting from engines of trade to spaces of reflection and enjoyment. History adapted without disappearing. At the heart of the city lies Spiegelgracht, a quieter canal, less crowded and more reflective than those around it. Here, the pace softens, offering a rare pause in Amsterdam's rhythm. Spiegelgracht means mirror canal, a name earned, not simply given. Along its calm surface, buildings double themselves in still water, their facades echoed with near-perfect precision. Here, reality and reflection coexist, blurring the line between what is solid and what is fleeting, and inviting the viewer to slow down and look twice. Art galleries line the banks of Spiegelgracht, their windows glowing with quiet inspiration, while antique shops whisper stories of previous lives and forgotten eras. Here, creativity seems to settle where the water slows, drawn to the canal's calm rhythm and reflective surface. Spiegelgracht invites contemplation, a place where art, memory, and stillness naturally converge. But mirrors can deceive. Beneath Spiegelgracht's beauty lies intention. This canal was engineered, not accidental, shaped by careful planning and precise design. Even its serenity was crafted, a reminder that calm here is not the absence of effort, but the result of human vision guiding water into harmony. Spiegelgracht was built in the 1500s, during a time when water was shaped with both ambition and precision. Every curve was measured, every bank carefully reinforced, ensuring the canal would endure centuries of change. The calm we see today was not accidental. It was carefully calculated. As daylight fades, the canal begins to transform, and the city seems to slow its breath. Movement softens, and light gradually replaces motion, settling gently across the water's surface. In this quiet transition, time feels suspended, as if the canal is holding the moment just a little longer. Bridges glow like necklaces of gold, their reflections stretching across the darkened water, while trees shimmer upside down in the canal below. Light traces the surface until the water itself becomes a ribbon of illumination. In this mirrored world, past and present blur together, bound by reflection and time. Winter sharpens the reflections along the canal, as cold air stills the water and clarifies every detail. Sound fades, and silence becomes part of the view, settling gently over the scene. In this quiet season, the city seems to lean inward, contemplative and calm. Christmas approaches softly here, without loud spectacle or grand display. Instead, glowing lines of light stretch gently across the water, reflected in the stillness of the canal. It feels like history dressed in celebration. Familiar, timeless, and quietly radiant. These canals once moved empires, carrying trade, ambition, and power through the heart of the city. Now they move hearts instead, inviting pause rather than haste. Trade has faded into memory, and reflection has become their purpose. A quiet reminder that what once shaped the world can still shape how we feel within it. Water remembers everything it touches, every ship that once passed through, every footstep along the stone edges, every whispered conversation carried across its surface. The canal listens in its own quiet way, holding these moments beneath the reflections, long after the sounds have faded. Amsterdam breathes with its canals, moving in rhythm rather than rush. Water softens every motion. Bicycles glide, boats drift, footsteps slow along the edges. Life here is not stopped, but gently eased into a calmer pace, guided by the steady presence of water. Bells echo across the canal, their tones stretching and softening as they meet the water's reflection. The sound seems to slow as it travels, folding time inward and blurring the moment's edges. Here, moments linger longer, suspended between echo and stillness. Canals shaped where cities grew, guiding how wealth moved and where culture gathered. Along these waterways, trade routes became meeting places and ideas traveled as freely as goods. In this way, canals stand as history's quiet architects, shaping civilization without ever demanding attention. Spiegelgracht reflects more than buildings. It reflects intention. The canal embodies a careful balance between nature and design, where water and architecture exist in quiet dialogue. In its mirrored surface, past and present meet in harmony, reminding us that thoughtful design can preserve history while shaping the present. Cities rush forward, driven by ambition and time, but water waits. It holds stories beneath its surface, preserving them until we are quiet enough to listen. Spiegelgracht still speaks, offering its reflections as gentle reminders that not all history moves at the same speed. Here, people slow down, not because they must, but because the place quietly asks them to. The stillness of the water and the balance of the surroundings invite pause, drawing attention inward. Reflection demands attention, and Spiegelgracht offers the space to give it. Architecture frames the feeling, shaping how space is experienced and understood. Water amplifies it, softening edges and deepening every reflection. Together they create atmosphere, a subtle dialogue between structure and flow, where thoughtful design transcends function and becomes emotion. Centuries pass, yet the canal remains, still serving, still shaping experience in quiet ways. Generations come and go, but the water continues its steady presence, reflecting both change and continuity. In this endurance, the canal is not a relic of the past, but something very much alive. Tourism replaced trade, and leisure took the place of labor along the canal's edges. Yet the canal never lost its relevance, continuing to shape how the city moves and feels. It simply adapted, proving that thoughtful design can evolve without losing its purpose. A mirror shows both truth and illusion, much like history itself. What we see depends not only on what is there, but on how we choose to look. Spiegelgracht invites reflection in this way, encouraging us to pause, observe, and consider the layers beneath the surface. Water turns light into memory, softening each reflection until it lingers in the mind. Memory becomes beauty, and beauty gathers meaning as moments settle into place. This quiet transformation, from light to memory to meaning, is the true power of canals. Canals didn't just shape cities in form and structure. They shaped how cities feel. By slowing movement and guiding rhythm, they taught humans patience and a quiet respect for flow. In this way, waterways continue to influence not only urban design, but the human experience within it. Spiegelgracht reminds us that the past does not vanish with time. Instead, it reflects forward, carried softly into the present through water, light, and memory. Quietly, it continues to shape how we see the world around us. In a fast-moving world, still water becomes sacred. It slows our pace enough for history to become visible, allowing stories long carried beneath the surface to emerge. In these quiet reflections, cities reveal their soul.